stuff with my daughter there. Man, I had. Well, I'm gonna show you how the enemy is busy. Now, I had a lady to book the tour on for the 14th of February, and that's the first tour I done booked this month. The very first one I done booked this month, and she texted me today and said, I'm the county manager of my city, and we got an emergency, and I got to fly back out tomorrow instead of Wednesday, and I won't be able to take the tour. So I told her, I said, well, I can either hold the seat for you until the next time you come, or I give you a refund. She said, well, I won't be back until next February. I said, okay, I give you a refund. And thank God, man, I had just enough money in my PayPal account to issue her a refund. I had enough money in there a refund. And gave her money back. Just like that. I ain't gonna argue with it. I ain't gonna be upset. I ain't gonna do none of that. I'm not gonna be upset with that. See, so and that's not gonna bring me down either. Because she canceled her tour. I'm not gonna be upset with that, man. I'm not gonna be upset with that at all. Not at all. Because I have more money than I'll ever need. I keep saying that, man. I have more money than I'll ever need. I got more money than I'll ever need. I'm keep making that statement. I got more money than I'll ever need. And see when the money start coming, because I got more than I'll ever need. So if you got more than you'll ever need, so imagine, man, if I can help the people, if I can help people out a little bit that I have now, what you think I can do? In a way, I kind of feel bad, cause the little lady that's been cleaning the room up here, I think I done gave her probably about $30 in tips already. I done tipped her 3 times, $10 a tip. And she heard the manager talking to me about my room, and I just gave her $10. I just gave her $10, and she heard the manager telling me that I'm having problems with my room. Man, she had a look on her face, boy. Boy, did she have a look on her face like, wow, you gave me some money and you need some money. Yeah, I did. Because that's what you do. If you ain't got enough to cover what you need, man, help somebody. That's the least you can do. Because you never know who that person is or who that person knows that you're helping. You don't know. You see? And know this, that sometimes when you're helping somebody, it might be for some kids you'll never see. Some of your great grandkids. You're sowing a seed for them, that they find themselves in that position. And because you were kind enough to help somebody come along and do the same for them, And you gonna start. What you're gonna start seeing now is a lot of people's karma is gonna start coming back faster now, faster than ever. You're gonna things are speeding up now, man. You know, it's gonna get to the point where you're gonna say it, and then you're gonna see it. Imagine that. Imagine you having everything that you say. Imagine what that would feel like. You say, man, I got more money than I'll ever need. And boom, something happened that caused you to come into a lot of money. Just like that. You know, I imagine how you would feel. You'd probably be scared to say what you want. You'll probably be scared to say what you want, you know? You probably will be. But um, everybody must be watching Super Bowl now. Because it's getting ready to come on. Yeah, Super Bowl getting ready to come on. So I was like, I ain't got nobody up in here but y'all too. Thank you for joining me. Everybody else stuck on that Super Bowl. Oh, I got 4 in here now. Oh man, well, that's more people. Everybody ain't Super Bowl crazy. You know, that's who I want. The people that ain't crazy about the Super Bowl. You know, it's a lot of people. And you know how many people that got in debt for the Super Bowl, having Super Bowl parties. You know how many people got in debt that can't afford this just for an event? You know how many people that fuss and fight over an event? Something they can't even control. Something I mean, some people gonna lose their life over this football game. You know, and I was saying before my daughter called. Um, Black on black crime ain't gonna stop tonight because you got 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Let's see if they have an impact on black crime. I doubt it. I doubt it very seriously because they don't care nothing about that. Ain't no white man involved. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For the Super Bowl, they going in debt for the Super Bowl. See, and this is why white people are missing the greatest wealth transfer this world has ever known by not giving this group of black people reparations. Because if they give this group of black people reparations, they're going to give it right back to them and get in debt. I don't care how much you give them, they're going to spend every dime and get in more debt. They're going to turn right around and give it right back to them and get in debt. You see that's what all them people that's against reparation. That's what you fight, man. You fighting the greatest wealth transfer because if you give them some money, it's spent. It's spent, man. You know, the cars, the television, the designer clothes. That money spent. That money spent. It ain't invested. It's spent, and they gonna get in debt. That's why you should let them have reparations. Give it to them because you're gonna get it right back and some. You know, you gonna get it and some, and you're gonna be surprised. Oh man, you'll be surprised if Black folk got reparations. How many white people that have been passing as white, all of a sudden now they're black? You'd be surprised. You'd be totally surprised. And see, that's another thing that this boy from Patrick Mahomes should stimulate in the black community is mulattoes. See, they've always had the mulatto, which is a mix of white, black and white, have always had a special place in our community. They've always got the favor in our community. You know, they always got a chance to jump the line in our community. You know, somebody that's light skinned with pretty hair always got privileges in our community. Always. And we never talk about that. You know, we never talk about that. But they've always got privileges that somebody that didn't have those characteristics didn't get. See, they had a guy by the name of, oh, God. He buried up in Georgetown, too. I'm going to think of his name. He was Martha Washington's grandson and nephew. God diggity dog. I'll think of his name in just a second. But he passed as he could have passed as white, and he passed as black. Sally Hemings, she had about 6 kids for Thomas Jefferson. Well, y'all not the only one that had that government cheese, boy. That government cheese was hard as a brick, buddy. You talking about locking up your bowels. Man, you eat a slice of that stuff, boy, you be constipated for days. I ain't lying. That government cheese wasn't no joke, boy. I ain't lying, it wasn't no joke. That government cheese wasn't no joke. Come in that little red, you peel that stuff back and slice that cheese. Shoot. Last for days, buddy. Yeah, that government cheese, man. Y'all ain't the only one. We used to get that government cheese, too. Oh, boy. You talk about being constipated. Man, you ain't never been constipated until you eat that government cheese, boy. Good God Almighty, that stuff will lock your bowels up. I ain't lying. It'll lock your bowels up. And that's all you had to eat. That's what you made it off of, man. You know, cheese sandwiches. Get you 2 slices of bread, slice of government cheese, and put some mayonnaise on it, and go on about your business. That was your lunch, or that was your dinner. See, kids don't know nothing about that today. They don't know what people actually had to do to survive. And this is one of the things that we've forgotten. Like it can't happen again. And right now, if you manipulate any shortages, people gonna turn on each other. Man, if we start having some food shortages, people gonna turn on each other. they gonna turn on each other. I'm telling you. And and all of y'all that's living in the neighborhoods, I'm telling you now, somebody gonna be watching your trash can. You're gonna have to figure out another way to dispose of your trash, especially if you got some food in your house. Cause somebody gonna be watching your trash can. Okay? That's how they gonna know who's who. They gonna watch the trash cans. That's where they gonna know who to hit. Cause they gonna watch the trash. And y'all don't get that. Y'all don't see that. And a lot of y'all want to go out, and throw all your boxes away and show what you're doing and how you living and how you eating. And the next thing you know, somebody gonna be breaking in your house. Soon as you turn your back, somebody gonna be breaking in your house. Is that the way you want to live? Is that the way? Is that what you look forward to? You can't have no peace in your own neighborhood. You can't have nothing in your own neighborhood. Aren't you tired? I mean, seriously, aren't you tired? You can't have nothing in your own neighborhood. Aren't you tired? Don't you want change? But you don't want to do nothing about it. See, you want somebody else to come and correct the problem. And this is the problem with most lazy Americans. They want somebody else to come in and they want to sit back and do nothing and play it safe, not make a commitment. That's what you do when you play it safe. You don't take a stand on nothing. You go along to get along when you're playing it safe. And we got too many people right now that are playing it safe. Nobody wants to speak up. And not only do they not want to speak up, they won't even support nobody that do speak up. Because that now they talking about that person clout chasing. But they saying what you want to say. And instead of you agreeing with them, you talking about they clout chasing. But ain't nobody else saying what you want to say. And the very person that's saying exactly what you want to say, you talking about it's clout chasing. But they're saying what you want to say. And you ain't got the nerve to stand up and say what you want to say. But you'll criticize the person that do. It's saying, isn't that interesting? How people are critical of the very person that's saying what they want to say. They'll criticize that person. They'll put that person down. And that person is saying the exact same thing they want to say. Man, do you know how many people, black and white, wish they had the nerve to get in the crowd of a Black Lives Matter protest and say, y'all MFs are full of shit? You know how many people wish they could do that? Y'all some fake MFs? You know how many people wish they could get in a crowd and say that and get away with it? I mean, I'm talking about get away with it. Everybody ain't cut out for that. Everybody ain't cut out for that. Everybody can't do that. Everybody don't have the nerve for that. But then you turn around and say, oh, look at him, there he go cloud chasing. And I'm doing something you scared to do. And not only you scared, you agree with me. But you put me down. Before you lift one finger to say, damn, man, I appreciate that. I'm telling you. You can't, and see, this is one thing that I've learned as a street vendor. Man, them jokers can recognize fear. And when you walk up on them, you can't walk up on them like you scared. You got to walk up on them with a level of confidence. Man, I'm coming to share I'm going to break some knowledge off to you. Okay, that's what I'm coming to do. I'm gonna come and break off some knowledge to you. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna tell you how you and this is the thing. And when you can go in there and then they can talking about they looking for a job. Really? How bad you want a job? You willing to look like me? Cause that's what my tour people gonna look like. My tour people gonna look like me. I'm gonna have my tour people looking professional. They ain't gonna come in no street clothes. No, we don't do street clothes. What's going on? We don't do street clothes. See, we coming in this professional because we're gonna take over. And anytime you see a tour guide that's dressed in a vest, a white shirt and tie, you're gonna know, damn, that's Troop Conductor's crew right there. There his crew is. Cause I'm gonna separate them, man. You got too many tour guides right now. You can't tell who's the tour guide. Cause they all look like the people that they touring around. That's not professional. There's nothing, spectacular about that. I want my people to look professional, man. And I want them to know their stuff. I want them to know their stuff. And see, and here's the deal. My tour company is for DC residents only. Because them the ones I want to be able to tell the narrative of the city. Not only tell you the history that they've learned, but they can also see that's my thing. My DCBlackTours.com, that's gonna be DC residents only, buddy. DC residents only gonna work for me. Only because I want them to be able to share their experiences with the neighborhood, what it was like, what they experienced, on top of the history that I've now taught them, and they can share. See, this is a connection that I want to be able to give people. See, I want a little young boy to say, yeah, man, I used to hang out on this corner. This is where I used to sell dope at until I started being a tour guide. This is where I hung out at. Oh, it's all, man, you ain't been on my website. You ain't telling me, this man tell me expand my business, you ain't been on my website. Everything on my website, I'm telling you. Any kind of black history in DC you need, I got it on my website. And I got tours I ain't put there yet. I'll have tours in every quadrant of the city. See, that's how I'm approaching this. I ain't just doing the monuments. We got historical black churches. We got historical cemeteries that you can explore, along with just getting into the history of how the city has transformed, how it's been gentrified. See, you can get in and show people this is what it used to look like, this is what it look like now, and give them the history of that. See, that's everywhere. We show everything. We show everything. We show everything. So that's all I'm trying to do, man. All I'm trying to do is preserve some history that's just dying on the vine. And not only is it dying on the vine in DC, but across the country, we got black history that's just dying on the vine. Nobody's using it. See, like, people say they want a White History Month. Well, you have 11 months of the year now. What are you going to teach in White History Month that you don't teach the other 10 already? Think about that. People say they want White History Month. That's what we teach now, white history. So what are you going to teach during White History Month that you don't already teach or that you couldn't be teaching? Think about it. Okay, and this is why we have the uproar in America that we have is because white people feel like the white culture is being exterminated. It's being gotten rid of. Isn't that interesting? Ooh, ooh. See, now they can understand gentrification. See, because now people were complaining about white people coming in and taking over. And the area that they took over, the history was forgotten. And now white people saying, man, y'all taking over and our history is forgotten. But whereas in so many other instances, it was the exact opposite. You took over, and in the place that you took over, history was forgotten. Now, karma is coming back. Okay? Karma is coming back. And a lot of them are struggling with it. And that's what the problem is. You know? And when we try to talk about it, see, now you're a racist. Now you're a divider. But that's what the problem is. Right now, white people feel like white culture is under attack. Okay? Well. See, this is what I've always. This has been my stand until we correct this flawed American history that we're teaching. Nothing is going to change. Okay? Nothing is going to change. And see, not only are we teaching this flawed American history, but we're teaching the rest of the world the same thing. Now you can understand when somebody can come from Spain or Italy or France and call you a nigger. Because look at what they've been taught. See, that's one of the things I've noticed sitting down in front of the White House. Man, them foreigners don't know me from Adam. But because they see me out there playing music and I got a bucket sitting in front of me, they think they live better than I do. Or they are better than me. They have a tendency to look down on that. And the only thing I'm trying to say is, hey man, if you come to town, look like to me you would be happy if you come to the White House and somebody start playing some of your native music. Look like that should make you happy. Okay? Or to hear your national anthem. Because if the White House wasn't important, why are you there? I had 3 people, 2 white men and a white woman, come down Friday, and they just stood there and watched me for about 40 minutes. They just stood there and talked to each other and watched me for about 40 minutes. See, and I know, because I play the national anthem of everybody. I don't care who they are, except, let me tell you the 4 I don't play. I don't play Ukraine, because I've had a scuffle with them down there. I don't play China. I don't play Russia. And I don't play Spain, because they are really super arrogant. The people from Spain are really arrogant. Okay? So I just say, I'll never play your national anthem again. All right? And if I wasn't married to a Filipino, I wouldn't be playing theirs either, because they come down there cocky and arrogant. Okay? I don't know. I haven't even checked. I don't think it done came out yet, man. It's too early for that. That dumb ain't gonna come out until about 11 o'clock tonight. That's when you'll find out the results of that. So why you worried about it? I still got another night. Why you worried? I still got another night. Why you worried? I don't know why he worried about if I didn't hit the lottery or not. But I have more money than I'll ever need, Lou. I have more money than I'll ever need, man. That's my confession. I have more money than I'll ever need, Lou. That's my confession, man. I have more money than I'll ever need. Money pursues me every day of my life and overtakes me every day of my life. I walk in divine health and divine wealth. Oh no, no, I have more money than I'll ever need, man. Oh, she had an emergency. She had to go back. So I gave her money back, man. I don't argue with people about like that. I let them have their money back. And it just so happened I had enough money in my PayPal account to give her $79 back. You know? I had just enough money in there. I could give it back to her. All right? No, no, no. You don't do that, man. Don't. You don't. You, listen. Let me tell you something. As bad as I need some money, ain't no sense in me trying to hold on to her little bit of money. Get that money back to her, man. Let her have that money back, and believe God gonna bless you with some more. Okay? Now, don't worry about that. See, cause she can't say nothing negative about my business. See, she can't say that she came here, she booked a tour, and she didn't get a refund. She can't say that. She got her money back. And because when she told me, hey, I was matching refund anyway. Here, I'm gonna send it back to you anyway. Take your refund. I'd rather for you have your money back than to have you be talking about, I mean, cause I mean, look at me, man. That could have went toward another night for a hotel room. You know, that could have went to another night for a hotel room. But let that go, man. Get that back. That's the right thing to do. Is to give her money back. That's the right thing to do. You know. So I don't that's one thing I don't mind. Even when I need, do the right thing. No, that's it. Well, you can, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. Like I told you, you know what my position is. I could have made all kind of excuses not to give her that money back. I could have made all kind of excuses for that. But ain't no sense in me making excuses. Go on, give it back to her. Yeah, she didn't do the tour. Give it back to her. Let her have her money back. And believe, man, some other people come book a tour. Some other people replace that money. So I'm not gonna even worry about it. And I can lay down and sleep at night. See, I ain't got to be worried about, I ain't give her money back. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I didn't give her money back. And now I gotta deal with that. Well, I'm waiting for that richness to catch up with my pocket. I'm waiting for some of that richness to catch up with my pockets. Okay, it's nice to have it, but there's some benefits that come with it. I'm waiting on the benefits that come with that, buddy, of trying to live a righteous lifestyle, trying to do right by people, man. That's some there's some benefits that come with that, and you don't know what event gonna kick it in to make. Cause once you start the pump, if you ever, how you start pumping a well, and you first you be pumping and don't nothing come. and you keep pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping, and finally some water gush out. Well, see, that's what I'm doing now. Every time I give, man, I'm pumping, I'm pumping, I'm pumping, I'm pumping, I'm pumping. I'm waiting for that gush to come out. See, that's why I keep giving, because I'm waiting for that gush to come out. You 28 and you never pump it. Well, that's what you do, man. When you pump a well, when you first start pumping, you know, if ain't no water up there, you got to get it to the top. Yeah. Um, I no Spain is I found that especially coming to the White House, the people from Spain have been the rudest out of Europe. They have been the rudest. The one that has the most respect for their national anthem is India. They have the most respect for their national anthem. What would be an interesting reality show is to go to different countries and find out oh, Department Northern Michigan airspace. Who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows what's going on? Who knows, man? That's what I keep trying to tell y'all. You know, um, right now we need somebody that can make sense, that can simplify what's happening. And this is not what people want. People want their ears tickled. They want to be lied to. They want promises. You know, um, and see, all of a sudden now, since they done shot the balloon down, now you're getting all of these unidentified flying objects now that people are shooting down. And like I told y'all, see, a lot of y'all concerned about these balloons. These balloons don't have your checking account. These balloons don't have permission for your camera or your microphone on your telephone. That balloon, don't listen, all right, to everything. See, we need to be more worried about these apps than we are a balloon. And if China can't be trusted, why does everybody have TikTok? I keep telling y'all, listen to me. Whenever you got a countdown, how does it go? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Every time you have a countdown, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And what is everybody doing? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Just like no, listen, man. He talking about I'm scaring him. 9/11. What's emergency? 911. That's emergency. 911. Happened on 9/11. Okay? But I'm telling you, go back and look at every cartoon. Okay? Every cartoon that you see when a clock is ticking, tick tock, tick tock, tick. That's the countdown. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. When is it gonna go boom? Okay? I mean, think about it. Oh man, you still worried about the hotel? You still worried about this hotel? No, no, seriously, man. You got to everybody TikToking, man. Everybody TikToking. You got people losing their life trying to make a TikTok. And the only way you're gonna be successful on TikTok is absolutely, absolutely. If you've given them permission for your camera and your microphone, they basically have control over your phone. If you've given them permission to get your camera and your microphone, you've basically given them permission to handle your phone. Because what if they disable the microphone in your phone and you can't talk to nobody? You dial out, you can't dial out nothing. What if your phone is disabled? What you think you're gonna do? You're gonna panic. You're gonna panic. Okay? You're gonna panic, man. If you wake up and your phone is dead, you're gonna panic. Cause now, first thing you're gonna think of is my loved ones. How am I gonna reach my loved ones? See, and most of us don't have a walkie-talkie set around us because we're too dependent on this. We don't have a walkie-talkie set around us in event of emergency. We don't have one. And maybe we should have one. You know, where if you can afford, man, that if you within a certain a radius of each other, maybe you should have a walkie-talkie set in case of emergency. If the cell tower go down, and think about this for 1 minute. They got just about everybody's phone information. They know what kind of phone you own. So you think they can't target a cell tower with that app? You think they can't shut this thing down with that app? Come on, man. Come on, you think they can't listen on that app? You gave them access to your microphone. So everything you say, right now while I'm talking, this phone right here will say something. While I'm talking to y'all live. So if Apple is listening, you think the Chinese ain't listening? You do know Apple is listening to your butt, don't you? You ain't got no secrets, man. You know? You ain't got no secrets, man. If you think you got some secrets, if you think you talking about something don't nobody know, man, everywhere around you, there's a microphone. And you don't know who's listening. You don't know who's listening. Everywhere around you is a microphone. You don't know who's listening to you, man. You don't think they can crack the codes of these things? I mean, I think about that, man. Think about that for 1 minute. You can talk, say something, and Siri will talk to you. You don't think they doing that? Oh, I used to have a TikTok. I closed my TikTok down. I used to be on TikTok. That's when it was three counterfeit true conductor TikToks, and I kept complaining and complaining and complaining, and finally I just said, you know what? I'm wasting my time. and I just closed my TikTok down. Then I got to thinking, I was like, wow, TikTok. And you know, just like 9/11 was 911 emergency, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. One day something gonna go boom. Okay? Something gonna go boom with TikTok. Okay? Something gonna go boom. And the question is, where you gonna be when it go boom? That's the question. Where you gonna be? What you gonna do? Yeah. And see, most of us. Listen, let me tell you something. When it come to terms and conditions, most folk ain't gonna take the time to read that, and they know it. Most folk gonna agree and cross their finger. Okay. Most of them gonna agree and cross their fingers and hope nothing never happen. And cause we ain't gonna take the time to read it. And in most cases, man, you don't know what rights you're giving away. You have no idea, cause you didn't take the time to read it. See, you don't know what they buried in there. And this is the problem with most Americans, man. Most Americans just flat out lazy. I mean that's our problem. We just flat out lazy. We gotta have somebody to do it for us, or tell us. You know, we're not going to do too much research on our own. You know, we're not going to validate what is being said. Yeah, they listen to when they want to. Absolutely, man. Yeah, on cause you'll never know. How you gonna know if they listening to you? You ain't gonna never know, man. You'll never know. You'll never know if they are listening to you. You'll never know. Somebody's always listening to you, man. I told y'all you ain't got no privacy. If you think you got some privacy, man, you crazy. Everything about you they know. They know everything about you. They know all your little secrets, all your little habits, all your little closet secrets that you got in the closet that you think don't nobody know about. Man, somebody know about it. Somebody know about it. Somebody know about it. I guarantee you somebody. And look how many people that actually trust this thing right here. Look how many people just trust. Look at the videos that they put on here. They actually trust this thing. Now you breaking the law, and you're gonna turn around and you're gonna video it. Come on, man. Siri's always listening. Always listening. They're always listening, man. And where did most of the phones get made? In China. You think the Chinese ain't fix something in there, and they making most of the technology? Think about it, man. China can really take over the world and not even fire a shot, because just about all the technology in the world come from China. China could take over the world. Okay? I'm telling you, they can take over the world and not even fire a shot, cause everything is dependent upon China. Ain't nobody scaring you, man. Ain't no time to be scared. Time to be wise, man. It's time for you to be wise now. See, when we know these things are happening, then we can carry ourselves accordingly. Only the fools that are not aware of this are the ones that's putting a whole lot of trust in this thing. See, them the ones uh, uh, that are putting the trust in these. See, because they don't know no better, and this is their lifeline. Is this telephone here? And if they take this lifeline from you, man, how you gonna do what kind of panic are you gonna be in? Think about it. Think about it. If we go to war and telephone lines are disabled, how would you call your children or your grandchildren? How would you reach your grandchildren? If the phone service went down today, how would you reach your loved ones? See, most of us are not equipped for that. Most of us we don't have the money, first of all, to have a communication system powerful enough outside of this thing right here. So we gotta depend on this. Okay? This is what we have to depend on. Right here. Oh, y'all wanna see my honey? Show y'all my honey. There my honey is right there. That's her. Right there. That's my baby. That's my baby right there, boy. See, I didn't go down to the bottom of the barrel, boy. I'm up at the top. Oh, see, see, a lot of y'all think I went down to the bottom of the barrel. Nah, she ain't mail order, buddy. She ain't mail order. No, indeed, buddy. My wife ain't mail order. Do that look like mail order to you? That ain't mail order right there, buddy. That ain't mail order right there. See, See, y'all want these uh, broads that got the fake butts, the fake hair, the fake eyelids, the fake breasts, the fake nails, and they looking for a real man. you know, they looking for a real man. Yeah, and obtains favor from the Lord. And I found my wife. By the way, I found my wife. I was back when man, I've been this Saturday thing. I've been dealing with that for a minute. And this particular Saturday, I refused to work, and I couldn't. I couldn't rest. So I got up and I went down to the hotel where I used to sit in front of to get business. And as I was walking in the door, my wife was talking to the manager. And when I walked in, he said, "There he is right there." And I threw my hands up and said, "Hey, I ain't do it." Whatever it is. So the guy she had negotiated, they wanted to go to this mall. And she had negotiated this price with him. And when she told me what he had agreed to do it for, I looked at her and said, "I ain't doing that shit. No, I can't do that. No, I ain't doing that shit. No, that's just what I said. I ain't doing that shit. No, no, nope, nope, nope. That ain't me. I can't do that." And my wife balled up her fist like this. And I said, "Girl, that's my grandmama fist. I'm gonna marry you." That's how I recognize my wife. That's how I recognize my wife. My wife balled over her fist, and I said, "Girl, that's my grandmama's fist right there. I'm gonna marry you." And 4 years later, we got married. Yes, we did. Yes, indeed. And we've been married for 4 years. And I ain't seen her in 4 years. Oh, yeah, really, really. My wife wanted me to do that job for what that guy had agreed with, and she twisted his arm, boy. I mean, she twisted his arm, and I told her, no, I can't do that. Okay, I can't do that. And that's when she balled up her fist, just like that. She balled her fist up. And I said, girl, that's my grandmama's fist. I'm gonna marry you. That's how I recognize my wife. Okay. No, I did not. No, I did not meet. I met my wife in person. Man, fact. Here, let me show you. Let me show you. This is the first day. This is when we met, right here, in front of the hotel. When we first met, right here. This $5 bill. When we walked down the street as husband and wife, we both saw this $5 bill together. Okay, we both. But this is the first time I met my wife, man. Right here. So, and then, wait a minute. See, then I haven't discovered True Conductor. You see what kind of hat I'm wearing? So I'm wearing like a policeman hat, a fire hat. You know, that's I hadn't discovered Truth Conductor then. You know, I hadn't discovered that. So when I put this hat on, it's when everybody used to tell me I was a conductor. Man, you look like a conductor. And I would say, yeah, on the Underground Railroad. Because I did the Black History of DC. So that's what I was, that was my excuse to give them a card for my tours. And one day in 2020, man, January the 2nd, 2020, I was really missing my wife, man. I was really missing my wife, man. And at that time, we didn't know the pandemic was on the way. Because we're like, okay, we missed the deadline to extend her visa. And it was very expensive. So I said, well, go back and I'll come get you. And when she went back, that's when the pandemic broke out. But we used to sit in this park and talk. And I went and sat in the spot where we would talk. And all I heard was True Conductor. And I was like, whoa, wow, wow. That was just my response. And I picked up my phone. I said, man, I wonder if this domain name is available. And it was available. And I bought it. And I didn't even have a definition for Truth Conductor then. That's how I discovered my brand. And then one day, I was doing something, and all I heard was messenger from God. That's what the True Conductor is, a messenger from God. Because this is what I found out. If you have an idea and you can't define that idea, it's not for you. No, I wouldn't have. Because, first of all, if my wife had stayed, she probably would have overstayed her visa. Because we couldn't afford to pay the penalty. So she probably would have overstayed it, and then I would have had to be quiet. See, I couldn't come out here talk and talk. Okay? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. What are you talking about? You should be bigger, brother, but ATM positivity isn't cool. I don't understand. What are you trying to say? I don't understand. What are you trying to say? Okay, let's see. Oh, positivity isn't cool at the moment. Really? Why not? Why is it not cool at the moment? Well, see, um, when you started being dictated what you're doing based on people's reaction, then you're not genuine about what you're doing. See, because I'm passionate with one person, I'm just as passionate with one person as I am with 15 people on my tour. How many people you have is not the issue. See, you get all the kinks out when you got a small crowd. That's when you can make all your mistakes. That's when you can fine tune your message. When you got a small crowd. Because everybody ain't gonna pick up on your mistake. No, I haven't. Now I'm sticking with YouTube. If they want to look for me, let them come to YouTube. You know that's when the word will get around. Eventually they're gonna come and looking for me. Cause I told you. See, and y'all think I be joking. Man, I got that sign all over the world. I got that sign all over the world. All over the world, people have shown that sign back to their countries. We're sitting right there in front of the White House. And well, yeah. Was it the Black Lives Matter? It had to be. It had to have been the Black Lives Matter. When I was talk about black on black crime, that had to be because I don't do that. You would not, otherwise you would not have heard me in the background saying nothing. Okay, it had to be. It had to have been that particular night, and that was, what I'm trying to what I'm trying to show people is, man, you don't have to be afraid to stand up and speak out, cause usually when you do stand up and speak out, they think you're crazy. They ain't gonna mess with you no way, cause they think you crazy. Cause you standing in the middle of them, and it was and I ain't lying. It was rough for a minute, man. Okay, now, wait a minute. I got somebody ask me if I'm pro BLM. If I was pro Black Lives Matter, would I get in the middle of them and tell them they full of shit? I mean, think about it. If I was pro Black Lives Matter, would I have gotten in there and demanded that they talk about black on black crime if I was pro Black Lives Matter? See, they tried to intimidate me. They tried. And as you can see, I told them, man, get up off my shit. Get. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me show y'all. So you won't think I'm lying. So you don't think I'm lying about this? It was no joke out there, man. It was no joke. And them jokers. Oh wait a minute. Let's see where I got this at. I got it on YouTube. I got it on Twitter. Oh, let me show you something. Let me show you something here. It was not it wasn't nothing, you know. They wasn't joking around for real, for real, for real, for real, for real. They wasn't joking around. No sir, buddy. They wasn't joking around. Let me see where I got this thing at. Oh no. Okay, let's do history. I got this. I got it. I know I got it. Let's hold on a second, y'all. I got this thing. I know I got it here. I know I played it. I know I played it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Listen to this.
I think I got my point across.
Wait a minute. Oh,
I think I got my point across. Excuse me.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on a second here.
Excuse me. Justice for! Justice for! Peace! No justice, no peace! No racism.
And see, I didn't wanna. I didn't wanna. I didn't.
So this is not the time and the place. It is the
Listen,
time and the place.
listen, look,
It
look.
is. You know the type of job we do. All this you don't know the type of job we do. You got all this press. Get off my face. You don't get shit out my face. It's police. It's not the time and the place. Oh, you think I'm scared? We are teaching mutually. Do I look like I'm scared, motherfucker? Do I look like I'm scared? Do I look like I'm scared? Some people like you. Some people like you. It is happening to us. Some people like you. Yeah. Talk about black on black crime.
See. That's what I'm.
Fuck out the way.
See.
I ain't shutting up shit. Nah, make me shut up, motherfucker. Make me shut up. Make me shut up, motherfucker. Look, you black men killing each other. You ain't saying shit about that. Don't nobody want to talk about black men killing black men. Shit. You don't want to talk about that.
See, it wasn't. No, man, I wasn't. This wasn't no crowd to be politically correct. You know, it wasn't time to be politically correct there. You got to fight fire with fire. Because if they feel like they can intimidate you, because you're by yourself, You see what I'm saying? And the only saving grace for me was number one, Secret Service know who I am, and they see me in the crowd, and two, they got about almost 700-800 police officers down there. So it ain't but so much you gonna do. Okay, it ain't but so much that you gonna do. You see, and those are the times that you take advantage of the opportunity, cause they ain't trying to go to jail. Cause one thing, DC police has taught them: when we lock your ass up, we gonna treat you like shit. Yeah, you ain't gonna get the January 6th treatment, buddy. We gonna treat you like crap. Hey, remember the next day, I went down and they wouldn't. I mean, okay, so that was Friday night. Saturday I didn't go down. Sunday when I went down, man, you didn't even have an exit to get into from the park to Pennsylvania Avenue. You had to walk all the way around. That's because Black Lives Matter was there. They didn't get them an exit to enter the park to Pennsylvania Avenue. They made them jokers walk all the way around. And it's only when I went down there and I started showing, man, this ain't right, that they opened the gate back up. Okay? But you know how many people that agree with what I said? But then they'll turn around and tell me, but you ain't have to cuss. Yeah, but you just like that girl talking about get this shit out my face. You get this shit out my face. Get the fuck out my face. I get out of your face. You see, and that's where you got to talk to them, man. Cause they sure gonna try to intimidate you, boy. They gonna try you. They gonna try you. I mean, they gonna try you, and you have to stand firm, buddy. You can't blink. Cause if you blink, they gonna eat you alive. That's the truth. That's what my 48 years done taught me in Washington D.C. When you blink, buddy, man, they all over you. It's blood in the water, and you done, just like that. What's the score of the game, man? Ain't the score of the game yet? Game on. Dang, I've been talking this long. I ain't even seen the score of the game yet. Not that it really matter, cause I ain't bet nothing on it. 14-7. Okay. Uh, Kansas City gonna end up winning. Kansas City gonna end up. Kansas City gonna end up winning this game, I believe. This is like, and I know some white folk are gonna cringe when I say this, but this is like this Super Bowl is like the house nigga against the field nigga. Kansas City is the house nigga. Philadelphia is the field nigga. I can put it in them terms. That's what the Super Bowl represents right now. You got the house against the field. You know, Patrick Mahomes, mulatto. Jalen Hurts, black. He mixed with black and white. Too black. Watch. You watch that. It matters. Hey, y'all think it don't matter, but it matters. Okay? No. I'm just, that's because I know my history, man. That's because I know my history. And I know how mulattoes are treated in our community. I didn't say I don't like. I said I know how they are treated. See, mulattoes in the black community can always get in front of the line. They can get in front of the line of everybody else. No matter how long you've been waiting, a mulatto can cut the line in front of you. And see, we don't talk about that. Mulattoes always have gotten special treatment in the black community. Okay? All right. So, this is something that we don't talk about and we don't deal with. See, because, that slave master, he was creeping. He was creeping. And sometimes, like in Virginia, they had a law where the 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 wife could kill a slave woman in self-defense if she was jealous of the fact that her husband was giving her too much attention. That was a law, man, in Virginia. That was a reality. And uh, when the men did it, it was acceptable. But when that white woman went out and got pregnant by a black man, she was castrated from the community. She was cut off, man. She was demonized when she fell in love with a black man. But that white man could get all the punani he wanted. It is that. See. This is what what's going on. This is what Abe don't understand. Men, if you don't understand where you came from, you'll constantly keep making those mistakes. And the problem we have with America is Americans don't finally want to set the record straight. See, once and for all, man, we need to set the record straight. Okay? So we can deal with the truth. And then we don't have to keep going back and forth about this. Because it's a reality. It's a mindset. See, that's what you all don't understand. See, y'all looking at the situation itself, but it's the mindset that keeps passing down from generation to generation. You see, you talking about it don't exist anymore, but the mindset still does. And nobody's addressing the mindset. And this is what I'm talking about. Let's address the mindset. What mindset are you talking about? Okay, let me show you how mindsets get in place. See, the something for nothing attitude. Anthony, who is Anthony Johnson? Who is that? Man, listen to me, man. Listen to me. See, black people adopted the something for nothing attitude from welfare. Welfare said, black man, have as many babies as you want, with as many different women as you want. As long as you ain't in the house overnight, we gonna give them welfare. So now you got generation on top of generation. This is passed down something for nothing. That's how we got that attitude in our community. Now, you look at the mindset of white people. See, and the mindset was never checked, so it still exists. So in a okay, so listen to me, man. See, this is what y'all don't understand. When we bought somebody out of slavery, okay, it was for their freedom. And back then, you had a lot of black families that would buy their relatives out of slavery as protection because when they got their papers, who owned you? See, now I got to show who owns me. Okay? So now when somebody take me, can't nobody sell me into slavery because now one of my relatives now own me. See, what y'all thinking could have been was actual slavery, could have been family members protecting family members because they are now owned by one of their own as protection. See, you keep forgetting if we didn't have papers, they could sell us into slavery, man. Let me say that again so that white America can understand. The reason black folk became slave owners was because the slave themselves can have papers and they can't be sold into slavery. This is what y'all don't understand. And y'all thinking that we own slaves for the same reason that you own. No, this was protection, sir. I don't know how better to explain this to you, but it was all about protection because you had to have your papers. And even sometimes when you had papers, they would take them and still sell you into slavery. Ask Solomon Northrop, 12 years a slave. That happened right here in D.C. He had he had paper, he was a free man. And if you look at the movie, it was all about him, hey, getting the message back to a white man, man, come get me. They done sold me into slavery. That's why you had black people owning slaves then for protection, sir. Now, is there anything else I can break down for you with that? And you probably will not even believe that. See, it was against the law for black folk to enter a contract. That's why when we got married, we had to jump the broom. The broom was our contract because legally we're not allowed to enter a contract. See, a lot of black folk don't even know that, man. We jumped the broom because the broom was our contract. That's what we had to do. I mean, I don't know how to put that any simpler for you, man. See, we've always had to make do. Well, absolutely. 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 There are people installed. Absolutely. But we also have a part to play in that. Because 9 times out of 10, man, when you have a government that's installing the people that you want, you have some very complacent people. Okay? You have some very complacent people. Because they'll accept anything. They ain't gonna put up no resistance. And the little resistance that they do put up, you can squash it easily. So that's no threat to you. But the people that will stand up, Okay, the people that will stand up, the people that will speak out. See, those are the people that are threats. You know, see, I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to be a positive example. And you know, I don't know if my kid's mama is dead or alive. I haven't seen my kid's mama in over 30 years. And I got nothing but respect for her. Because when she got out, she stayed out. She went back and forth with no baby mama drama. I can appreciate that, man. You see, but I'm not supposed to be that kind of example to get out. That when I was a single father back in the 80s, I was demonized. What? A woman go off and leave you? Man, what kind of person you are? A woman run off and leave you with 2 children. You must be horrible. That's how I was treated. She ran off, and I was demonized. You see, because she left, and I had to deal with that. You know, and I had to love my kids, man, over time to try to compensate for some of the love that they wasn't getting from their mother. You know, and my mother, their grandmother, was the one that was filling in the gap for the mother. And I had to pour in some extra so they don't feel like they're missing nothing. You see? And you know, I told you, man, if I want sob stories, man, I got sob stories. I got sob stories. You know, and walked the hall, and both of my kids went out of the country through DC public schools. My daughter went to Norway and my son went to Brazil through DC public schools because I was walking them halls. Okay? All right? That's what I did. And see, because I was a street vendor, I worked every day, rain, sleet, shine, or snow. I didn't have patience for homework. I couldn't go out there and deal with them people all day, every day, and then come and sit home, because I was tired. So I would tell my kids, man, just tell me what you need. Tell me what you need. And I'll walk them halls and find it. I'll get some help. Just tell me what you need. And that's how I dealt with my kids. Just tell me what you need. And I'll find the help for you. Because if I help you, I'm gonna give you a learning disorder. Okay? All right? I'm gonna give you a learning disorder. So let me get somebody that enjoy doing this, and then they'll help you thrive. And that's how I dealt with it, man. I stayed in them halls. Stayed in them halls. I sure did. Stayed in them halls, man. I did. Because, you know, if I don't say nothing else, see, everybody complain about DC public schools. Shit, DC public school did well by my children. I ain't got no complaints. I ain't got no complaints, man. DC public schools did well, okay, by my children. Because I walked them halls, man. You know, I told them, now, you can mess over somebody else's kids, but not these two. I don't care what you do to these other 4 kids. But you ain't messing over my kids, man. And I meant that. I meant that. You know, to show you, I ain't joking. Because a lot of y'all say, oh, you know, he be talking all that talk, but let me show you. Let me show you. I just saw that thing here too. my son, my son ran for student representative to the Board of Education, and he was running unopposed. And went through all of the process, everything, and when it came down for the day of the election, a kid walks in, and he got 10 of his classmates with him, and the they reopened the voting, and my son lost. And I said, no, man, y'all ain't gonna do that to my son. Y'all ain't gonna do that to my son. And man, I had to go to court. I went to court. I ain't had no money for no lawyer. I went to court to fight that. And I'm just trying to find this article. Uh, so you won't think I'm lying. It's got to be right in here somewhere. Where that joint at? So as a result um, of my fight for my son, on the DC Board of Education from DC Public Schools, directly from my fight for my son. Because I told him, man, y'all ain't gonna mess over my kids. You ain't gonna mess over my kid like that, man. You ain't gonna discourage my kid right out the box like this. It's not gonna happen. And I fought it, and I won. Because it was the right thing to do. And that's what I did, man. And that's what I try to do now. I try to stand up for the right thing to do, not if it's the popular thing to do, okay? But because it's the right thing to do. Oh no, well when he went through the legal this kid that brought 10 students in with him, he hadn't filed no paperwork. He hadn't done nothing. My son went through the whole process, and he ran unopposed. And the day that they were supposed to install him was the day this kid come in with some other his classmates, and I guess they thought I was gonna be cool with that, and I wasn't. I wasn't cool with it. And I wasn't gonna let them mistreat my kid like that either. You're not gonna mistreat my child that way. I'm not gonna stand. Jim Vance, not Jim Vance, Paul Vance was the superintendent. He came down from Silver Spring, and one day we was over in Ward 8 at a Board of Education meeting, and I told him, I said, listen, man, you ain't gonna mess over my son like this. And I said, you wake up, I'll be in your dream, because I'm gonna follow you all over this city until you get this right. And one of the school board members was sitting next to him, earballing him, said, leave him alone, because he's telling you the truth. Don't mess with him. And that's when they made 2 students be able to sit on the school board of education for DC Public Schools. That's because of my fight for my son. Because I was determined, man. They wasn't gonna screw with my child like that. I wasn't gonna let that happen. And I didn't. Because it was wrong. My son did everything he was supposed to do right. And this kid didn't do nothing. And you gonna come in and let him do that? No. Yeah, my son sat on the school board for students. He was a student representative for the school board of education of DC. Yep. 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 So Like I said, man, DC public schools, I got no complaints. They did well by my children. They did well by my children. Because both of my kids went out of the country through DC public schools. Both of them. And when my daughter went, I told my son, get ready. You next. And he went to Brazil. My daughter went to Norway. And that girl was over there for 6 weeks. And when my daughter came back, we went to the airport to get her. And the only thing we had to do was get her passport. That's all we had to do. They took care of everything else. We just had to get her passport. And when my daughter came back, went to the airport to get her, she said, Daddy, Daddy, I'm so glad to see black people. She was crying. She says, Daddy, oh, I'm so glad to see black people. Because when she was in Norway, she was the only one black, man. She was the only one. The only one. The only black person in the group, man. And they was fascinated. You know, with her hair, with her skin, all of that. She was the only black person in the group. And she was like, I'm so glad to see black people. I said, oh, girl, that's an experience you'll never forget. Yes, indeed. See, so, you know, when people sit back and be, you know, trying to talk about you and trying to label you and trying to discredit you, they really don't know your story. They really don't. They really don't know your story. Really, they don't. You know, and when they find out your story, uh, you know, then you're making it up. Then you're making it up. You see, so listen, man. Super Bowl is on. It's almost halftime. You know, the score is 21-14, Philadelphia, and Philly now has the ball. Okay, so man, I appreciate y'all uh, being here. I appreciate you listening to me. Uh, and I gotta tell you, um, both of them are successful. Let's just put it like that. They both successful. Okay, they both successful. So, uh, and let me tell you something. When it comes to children, you're going to find out what kind of parent you are, about how your kids act when they're not with you. That's when you're gonna find out what kind of parent you've been, man. When your kids ain't with you, if they raising holy hell, you've not done a good job. But if they got some sense and they mature and sensible, when they ain't with you, you've done a good job. Okay? You've done a good job. Because that's what's going to determine. All right? if what 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 you've done, but how they act. That's what's going to determine how they act. It's going to determine what kind of job you've done. And unfortunately, you got a lot of kids, man, that go buck wild crazy when they get away from home. You know, and I learned this when I first time I took my kids down to Jamaica. Man, we used to see some girls laying up with some rosters that ain't no way if they was in America they would be doing what they doing. Their parents would shit a brick if they saw them doing what they was doing in Jamaica. And that's what you find so many people, man, that go to these foreign countries and let their hair down. You know, that's where they do all they craziness. And they come back home and they goody two shoes. But when they go overseas, they some bona fide freaks. That happens every day. It happens every day. But we just don't see it. Okay? Now I ain't saying, man, fuck you, bro. Man, I'm not into that. Seriously, I'm not into that. Okay? I'm not into I'm not into that. That's not my era of music. So I have no interest in that. That's for them 80s and them 80s and 90s babies. That's not me, man. You know, I'm not interested in that. You know, um, she might be hot to you. I don't see the hotness. I've been trying to find it. I don't see it. But she might be hot to you. I don't see it. A little freakish. But I don't see the hotness. I know if she was messing with what's his name? The dude she got into a fight with. I know he turned her out. Look at now you want to talk about being turned out. Look at what's her name with Snoop Dogg, Chris Brown. Yeah. Look at what's her name with Snoop Dogg. 81 years old. And she done got a tattoo of Snoop on her arm. Snoop Dogg done turned that woman out, man, at 81. That he done gave her something she ain't never had before, that she gonna get a tattoo of him at 81 years old on her arm. What's the cook, man? Y'all know the famous cook, the white woman. She's sexy as hell, 81. Martha Stewart, yeah. Martha Stewart. Yeah. Martha Stewart, 81 years old. She done went and got a tattoo of Snoop Dogg on her arm. You know, damn, you wait till 81 to get turned out. Come on, you wait till 81 to get turned out? he must have, man. She got a big old tattoo, too. A Snoop Dogg on her arm at 81 years old. It had to be the pot. Because I think he walking around with one of these, too. It had to be the pot. She had to be smoking. I'm telling you. But I was like, man, why would you wait until you 81 to lose your mind? I mean, I mean, hey, you know, Snoop used to be a pimp back in the day. You know, Snoop was a pimp. So maybe he done turn Martha out, boy. But she showed, but see, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. You know, seriously, Martha Stewart got a tattoo on his arm. See now, if yeah, Snoop used to be a pimp, man. Yeah, you didn't know that? Snoop Dogg, yeah. Him. That's why he hang around with Don Juan, with Pimp Don Juan. That's why he hang around with Don Juan, cause they used to be pimps. So Snoop them pimped old 81-year-old Martha Stewart. Damn, Snoop. It don't take nothing. It don't take nothing to hit an 81-year-old. Now, if you had one of these 50-year-olds out here with some money that was getting your tattoo, then I say you the man. You know, if somebody like uh uh uh, uh what's the dude that died? Uh, Not Microsoft. Apple. Now, if you had his ex-wife, you know, okay, so you doing something? No, man, he had to get somebody with some money. You know, he need to get up in the top 10. Not Bill Gates. No. The one that had Apple originally, that started Apple. He died. He had cancer. Matter of fact, had some kind of cancer. And his wife was rumored to be dating the former mayor, Steve Jobs. Yeah, Steve Jobs. See now, if he had Steve Jobs' ex-wife, if she put a tattoo of him on her arm, I said, man, you doing something. You know, or Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. You know, if or even Bill Gates ex-wife, all them ex-wives, man, they nail. See now, if one of them was tattooing your picture on their arm, then you the man. You the man. Martha Stewart, man, Martha Stewart is 81. No, she don't cut it. She ain't gonna cut it. She ain't gonna cut it. She too old. No, she too old. Give me somebody young, man. You know, if you gonna print your name, if you gonna tattoo your name on something, tattoo your name on something young. You know. Well. Yeah, she's a chef. Yeah, he probably 9 times out of 10 that hit old Martha. He probably didn't hit old Martha. Probably. Okay. Probably, man. But she showed, I saw that yesterday. She showed got a tattoo of him on her arm. On Martha Stewart. God dog. Can you imagine? And man, let me tell you something. See, this is something that good sex ain't nothing to play with. Let me say this again. Good sex ain't nothing to play with. Good sex has ruined a many a lives. Good sex has ruined a many of lives. You got some people that have done some crazy stuff because of some good sex, man. You see, and you get somebody to ring your bell, and you can't handle that, man, you be doing all kind of crazy shit. Tree boxing. You be doing all kind of who she with. Let me get over there and see who is that. Yeah, I'm serious, man. You get a hold to some good sex, man. That stuff can mess you up. It can. I don't care how strong you are. You get a hold to some good sex, buddy. It's gonna mess with you mentally. Sure is, because it's gonna throw you off. It's gonna throw you way off, cause you ain't used to it. You see, and it's gonna throw you off, because it's making you feel some stuff you ain't never felt before. You know, and you want to feel it again. You see, and every time you feel it, you become addicted to it. See, and that's when you don't, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you. See, that's where that mentality come from. And be it man or woman. When they tell you if I can't have you, can't nobody have you, boy, you got trouble on your hand. You got trouble on your hand, man. When somebody tell you if I can't have you, can't nobody have you. Oh, you got trouble on your hand, dude. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You got trouble on your hand, and a lot of times, a lot of people don't make it out. Okay, if she say, shoot, you think it's a men ain't killing no women over no good sex? She came in and rocked this world, and then she found out how foolish she was, and she don't want to have nothing else to do. Well, why aren't you watching it then? We got people up in here that don't care nothing about the Super Bowl. Why you coming up in here talking about the Super Bowl, man? We talking about some good sex. And you coming up here with your Super Bowl shit. Take your Super Bowl ass on back up out of here. We talking about good sex right now. And you talking about the Super Bowl on and shit. We talking about some good sex. Man, get on up out of here. Get on up out of here. You spoiling the vibe. Talking about something Super Bowl. We care less about the Super Bowl. But no, I'm telling you, man. This is what this and look how many people easily manipulated because they get their sexual emotions manipulated. You got people out here that are experts in the sex field that will purposely try to send you for a loop. And you ain't, I mean, seriously, man. You ain't had you ain't had no issues until yeah, ain't that something? Yeah, they'll stop for a game, but God will stop them, no. I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Cause I ain't had it on, so I couldn't tell you what like, I ain't seen it. I haven't seen it, so I don't even know if the second half done started yet. Let me see if the second half started yet. No, it's still halftime. 24-14. They finna tighten up. They gonna tighten up on this the Super Bowl. Watch and see. Philly start getting some questionable calls. They'll tighten up on the halftime. Philly start getting some questionable calls. I told you, man, they can't. America is not ready for. I mean, this is the first time you've ever had two black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. One is half white and one is all black. And you think they ain't gonna let that half white win? Think about that for a minute, man. Think of it. This is America. Think about that for a minute. You think for 1 minute, man, the powers to be ain't gonna be behind that black quarterback with the white mama? You think for 1 minute they ain't pulling for him? You think white America ain't pulling for him. I mean, think about it. Okay, and on top of the fact that he's the heir apparent to Tom Brady. You know, he's supposed to be the heir apparent. So watch if Jalen Hurts don't get hurt, they gonna get some questionable calls. That's just my little belief. And if I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong, man. Oh, he's hurt again. Oh well, it's over. Oh, it's over then. If he's hurt, it's over. Oh, wait a minute. They got to bring in. Oh, they gotta bring in. They gonna have to bring in. Oh, they gonna have to bring in a white quarterback. That's they gonna have to bring in another call. Oh, now it's gonna get interesting. Who is his backup? Oh shit! I might go watch the game. I might go watch this now. I got. It's halftime. Okay. Uh, it's. I might. Man, y'all let me know. Let me know. Yeah. Well, sometimes ain't nothing wrong with being wrong, man. Ain't nothing wrong with being wrong. That's what life is all about. Being wrong. And that's what's wrong with too many of y'all afraid to be wrong. You know, too many of y'all afraid to be wrong. And that's what the problem is. I want to get past Rihanna. That's who I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for y'all tell me when Rihanna finished. Then when the halftime show is finished, then I'll go watch the game. I ain't interested in that bullshit. For real, because that's all it's going to be is some bullshit. All right? Oh, you'll get, there'll be plenty reviews. There'll be plenty of everything, man. You ain't going to miss nothing. Oh, he can't? Well, it's going to be interesting. Man, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening to it, brother. For letting me talk some things out. You know, I ain't perfect, man. I'm not perfect. I don't try to be. I make mistakes. I make mistakes. I know I make mistakes. But I ain't gonna hurt nobody. I ain't gonna use nobody. I ain't gonna try to deceive nobody. I ain't gonna steal from you. I'm not gonna cheat you. That I promise you. Okay, I'll be straight with you. Whether you like it or not. I'm gonna be straight with you. Alright? So y'all go. Let me catch this second half, man. I see y'all.